I could pull a better podcast out of my head. Hey, kids, welcome to the Tempest Universe.
China.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
It's China to me, China.
Army officers say the missile, found sometime last week, has been inspected at Roswell, New Mexico, and sent to Wright Field, Ohio, for further inspection.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside.
China.
This is the Tempest Universe, man. Hold on to your ass. You're in for a hell of a ride.
Back from Florida late last night, and man, all I feel like I had the worst allergy thing going on, a post-nasal drip and all that good stuff. And actually, I'll be honest about this, I even have retinal burns for how green Florida is right now. It is the craziest thing. Like, I went out there, it's like my eyeballs try to go to, ultra H4K, 5K or something like that, seeing all this crazy landscape, everything in green. It just hurt. It hurt. Like, literally. Like, in Texas, like, half the shit around here, it's like still dry grass. Trees are not blooming. It still like it's like halfway between Halloween and spring. But in Florida, oh, geez. God bless America. That place is full on spring right now. And I know. Like, I needed to run to the drugstore and get something to handle up on this stuff, but I brought it with me, so I don't know what to do. This is the Tempe Universe. I am your host, Manny, formerly the Moonraker, and I could be the Moonraker now, too, if it gets me anywhere, you know what I mean? Wink, wink, hint, hint. I've been looking at the stats for the podcast over the last month. It's gone to shit. Really, I don't know what the hell's going on. Do people not like being on top of the podcast and the UFO game? Are we just going to all the people that sound like they've got a vice grip squeezing their nuts? I mean, I'm just making an observation, right? And I've noticed that a lot of the other podcasts that do UFOs all of a sudden are going to Discord. I've been on Discord, but I didn't get anywhere for some reason. Kind of makes me wonder why I do this anymore. Like, no one's out there. Hello, can you hear me? Papa, can you hear me? I guess not. Anyway, so in my hiatus as I went to Florida, kind of, down there is the 1 year anniversary of the passing of Big O. So I played all these old episodes on the podcast, and man, they were hilarious. I actually played them and I uploaded them and then played them on my flights to and from Florida. And they still crack me up today, to be honest. And, a lot of people don't know Big O, especially if you just started. I mean, if you guys are from India, you don't know Big O because we didn't hit India till the late UFO Bus Radio, early Tempest Universe days. But Big O was hilarious in many ways. And also my youngest brother. So there you go. So, rest in peace. We got 6 articles. 6. If that could be the day. We have 5 articles to talk about. Some of them are interesting. Some of them I don't even know why people write about this stuff. And then there's 2 where it's like, man, I told you guys, come on, cut it out. Stop doing that. Literally. I'm so upset about one of the articles that it might place in danger the Edinburgh trip for the Edinburgh UFO Festival. I'm about to sneeze right now. I don't know what you guys are going to do. Pull your earplugs away or something. I don't know. I don't understand what's wrong with the Rio Grande Valley. And, can you guys, are you blind? Anyway, we'll get to that in a moment. I understand. Because you guys were not making any money until this happened. I'm just saying. I'm just a little bit upset about what's going on with SpaceX down in the Rio Grande Valley. I just can't, it makes no damn sense at all. I just don't know. I see the guys are in the live chat. We got the Norm and Green Man. Green Man says Mike Tyson to host the next Oscars. I'm going to be honest about this. I know a lot of people of you know what I'm talking about. Some of you don't give a shit about the Oscars. I don't either. I could care less. But of course, Will Smith made news when he slapped our boy around. Chris Rock is a comedian. Stop fucking around. That just makes me mad. What really makes me mad is if you look at the Asian, version of this that was unedited, right? They didn't censor it. Like Will Smith was ha-ha-hee-heeing about the G.I. Jane 2 quote. But of course, next to him, you see Jada Pinkett Smith, and she's like rolling her eyes, and she probably started crying like about the comment. But no one really knows about what her deal was. She has some kind of a disease that she's cutting her hair short because she's losing her hair. And so Chris Rock made this G.I. Jane 2 thing, and then, after Will Smith laughed at it, and this is what really bothers me, right? Because I can understand if he did the joke and then Will Smith just jumped up, half a second later and went and pummeled his ass, then I get it. He was driven by emotion. But he was driven by basically his wife staring at him saying, handle up. And then he goes up and he, slaps poor little Chris Rock, and Chris Rock is in shock. That's ufology today. We're getting slapped all the time. Just out of the blue. Someone in ufology who you think is a great guy or person just jumps out of their seats and slaps the shit out of you. And, there goes the topic altogether. It's all going down the drain. Thanks for nothing. Ufology gods, you guys all suck. So we're going to play some tracks here before we get started. I got a lot of new stuff I know a lot of you are going to hate, but I play it anyway. We've got some stuff that's just straight up instrumentals for you to enjoy. This one reminds me of Herbie Hancock. I didn't say anything X-rated. For those of you who are not in the United States, Herbie Hancock. He's a musician. He plays a lot of this instrumental stuff. So here you go.
Don't fucking scream at me.
Where's
you
the money?
Dumb fuck you. Look at you with your fucking 48% body fat and
I was while I was in Florida, this article came out regarding redacted UFO shapes. You know, John Greenwald, God bless his heart, and the Black Vault, because he really tries. Like, he's constantly submitting these FOIA requests. And so apparently over the weekend, we got this. I don't even know if it was over the weekend. I wasn't exactly in the right state of mind, but still. There was as they describe it, a highly redacted version of the UAP shit report that was provided to Congress last June. And, of course, John Greenwald finally got his hands on it. And it was just a little bit larger than the one that we got to see, you know, the blue-collar folks, the folks that don't matter. There's a quote from this report. This is how the report read, just so that if you haven't gone to the Black Vault yet, this is how it read. The most common shapes described by military personnel in their reporting was A, redacted. One part of the classified report published by the Vault also reads, military aviators described many of these redacted objects as redacted, or that redacted. Several sightings were redacted and resembled redacted shapes, like a redacted or a redacted. What the hell is the use of publishing this? Like, I would have just taken that and just, you know, turned it sideways and shoved it up somebody's candy ass, because it makes no sense why you would even bother with this. What does the shape have to do with security concerns in the United States? Like, really? Like, if it was shaped like a phallus, are we going to have a problem? Is it a flying vagina? I don't understand. Are they shaped like boobs? Somebody help me. Is there a butthole in the sky that's commonly identified by aviators? I don't get it. Like, literally, these things would not have, I mean, not a single one of these was shaped like an airplane, I can tell you this. Because if anyone would have redacted something that's shaped like an airplane, we've got problems. It's almost like you just have to read between the lines. None of these were shaped like airplanes. None of these were shaped like drones. What were they shaped like? I don't understand. Where is the national security in redacting the shape of these UFOs? I'm sorry, UAPs, because that's what they refer to it at. It just makes no sense. And the fact that in 2022 we're still redacting something that was literally, for the most part, 90% of it, maybe 80, I can go as far as 80 or 75% of it was already made public. Why would you need to redact the shape of the objects, really? Unidentified UFO incident number 4, dildo. I just don't understand. It vibrated in the air. It makes no sense. I mean, it's giving me Tourette's. I don't understand what the hell's going on. Why would you think that the shape of this UAP or UFO would be so highly coveted in the realm of national security that you would have to just not even report it? And I could imagine, what were the questions at the time, you know? Shaped like an egg. Shaped like a cock. I mean, you know, like the rooster kind. It bothers me and it boggles my mind that someone actually went around actually redacting the shape of the UFOs. Like, literally, we've had decades, maybe even over a century of UFO sightings with shapes. But they redacted these. It's really sad. Hold on, I need some of my vodka. Not that I'm celebrating Russia, but I just need something right now. I came back all my stuff from Florida. I'm going to be honest. I think I've been in Texas too long. I think what the problem is. Anyway. So if you want to check out these redacted shapes, I don't understand what the big deal is either. Like we knew. You'd have to be a nitwit to not know that eventually you're going to get a lot of redacted information, even though we got a slimmed down middle school version of the report. You're bound to see a shitload of nothing, which is what we usually get. Nothing has changed. And this is the thing where everybody has to realize. Everybody's saying, oh, disclosure's around the corner. Shut your mouth. This report is exactly what it is, and that is old news. We're still getting a lot of nothing. A bunch of zero. So if people think this is disclosure, this is what it looks like. Redacted. It makes no sense. I don't know. I'm kind of using vodka today as for medicinal purposes. Because right now, like, I've got this allergy stuff going. My throat is dry as hell. So thanks to the Russian folks that make this vodka, but that's all they get because they're screwing the pooch. Anyway, so there you go. You want to go and check out a lot of redacted stuff like many people did back in the day and still do. There you go. Their shapes are redacted. Oh, fuck. There you go. It's almost the end of the broadcast right now just because my throat is so jacked up. Honestly, I don't understand, what the deal is. Why would we even bother to report on something like this when we know we're not going to know? The disclosure is not here. And if you believe that, you've lost your damn mind. You literally have not been looking into UFOs for a very long time. If you think that a recent report that's given to, Congress or the Unintelligent Committee is going to give you anything. And the fact that they're, redacting the shape of the UAP or UFO just means that you're shit out of luck. You are not going to get the info you believe or that you believed since June that you were going to get. You're getting nothing. Absolutely nothing. So, good luck with that. I don't even want to look at the thing. It's a whole lot of nothing. What a waste of time. Like poor little, John Greenwald. You could have gone something else. We need more than reports from the government. If anyone can argue against that, please do so. It's the same old shit. You literally get the same old nonsense, even though they've made a big thing about it. They've admitted to nothing because they're not giving you anything. They're giving you a whole lot of dick and no Vaseline. That's all they're giving you. I know. This is why people don't listen to the podcast anymore. It's stuff like this. But if you want to look at it, check out the article in the description. Go to the Black Vault and read a lot of redacted information. I don't know. I feel like I need to go back on vacation or something, to be honest. That's what I feel like. Let's check out the next track, because I don't even know what it is anymore. I totally forgot.
The sleepless nights bring dreams of you. the day since you've been gone. Somehow, someway, life goes on. I took the good with the bad. You're still the best I ever had.
Over the weekend, I came face to face with a rooster that apparently is harassing the neighbors in my parents' neighborhood. Yeah, this cock has some problems, like literally. It apparently someone's been feeding it and giving it water, so it comes around at 4 a.m. every day to sing its lovely song of cockdom. I don't understand. It was weird to have this rooster just show up out of nowhere. But from my understanding, it's a regular occurrence. He likes to show his stuff, shred it. He's got no other chickens to impress, so he impresses the people. So he goes around and sings his lovely song at 4 a.m., comes back in the afternoon right before sundown and does it again. So I don't know. It was a weird thing to experience. But we all know that in Florida, especially South Florida, there's cocks everywhere. To be honest, I just don't know how to get away with this. I need a vodka refill. Out there, twins say they've had 4 UFO encounters, including being abducted by aliens and seeing a pyramid-shaped UFO in the sky. Philip and Ronald Kinsella, 52 years old, out of Kempston. And, man, they've had some time. Since the age of 13, they've been seeing UFOs. At the age of 13, actually, the twins saw a silver orb. And man, that is just crazy as can be. When I first looked at this article and I read about these Kinsella twins, they might be in their 50s already, but I remember studying psychology at one point. You know how psychologists would study twins just to see how the personalities would kind of develop through the years, especially if they were separated. These guys stayed together apparently, but still. And it's funny that one of them is named Ronald, and they refer to him as Ronnie, kink, kink, wink, wink, 17. Philip actually ended up being a writer in his life, and he says that back in 1989, he himself was abducted. He remembers sitting in his home, and the atmosphere changed, and it became kind of static. The hairs on the back of his neck went up. Ronnie, who was there, he went into a complete trance. He froze, and his head raised up to the ceiling. In this incident, they report that the two were being examined by reptilians. Isn't that crazy? But not just in their living room, they actually were aboard a reptilian ship. They're it's a weird situation, right? Because you get one person saying this, but when you get twins who tell you the same story, they one get probed and the other one feel it, I don't understand how that works. But you have twins who are apparently experiencing these things together. The pair also saw a hovering pyramid-shaped craft in June of 1998. Philip says, and I quote, "There must be a reason why this has been happening to both my brother and I. I think the authorities know about the aliens but don't want to scare people." They even have footage from 2016 where they saw 3 white objects hovering about 90 to 100 feet up in the sky. The twins said they were amazed at the size and of these objects that were hovering. They pretty much tell you they're not gullible. They know what they witnessed, and you can't tell them otherwise. They know it's a subject that people don't want to address. They don't want to be part of. And they know that the deeper you dig, the murkier the water gets. It is true. But the thing is, you have to search. If you literally have a whole lifetime of UFO sightings and experiencing and being abducted, you've got to search. You've got to keep looking for people that have similar situations, similar circumstances. The weird thing is that they're being abducted together. Like, I would imagine that, E.T., reptilian, would probably want to, separate these two guys and see what's going on. Is it something where maybe our extraterrestrial friends do not have twins in their society because they're pre-made? Made in some kind of a bag? Amniotic fluid involved to where their genetics are controlled? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's a fascination. They don't understand how twins happen. After how many years of abducting people, how dumb as hell are the reptilians? I don't understand it. The idea that even going into the late 90s, early 2000s, for anyone to be, abducted and tested, that's just ridiculous. Like, we're dealing with aliens that are dumb as hell. If they cannot figure this out yet, if they've been like abducting people for 4 or 5 decades and can't figure out why twins develop the way they do, they're dumb as hell. We don't need to make contact with them. We need to blow them the fuck out of the sky is what we need to do. But these are the experiences that Philip and Ronald Kinsella have been having, And again, here they are at 52 years old. What consolation prize did they get from a redacted report? Like, literally. I'm sure that if they saw this report unredacted and, and the pyramid shape was in there, then that has some kind of validation, right? Someone else saw a pyramid or silver orb that coincides with what they saw, but they don't get shit. It's all redacted. So they have to continue as long as they live, right? Because who knows? They could kick the bucket in a year or two or live till 90 and still have no answers. But it's amazing that you have these guys who are both having these experiences. Now, a skeptic would say that maybe Philip and Ronnie made the shit up together. Especially with Philip being a writer. I mean, he's got to sell some books, right? Why not get imaginarily probed? Or maybe they probed each other in order to make the news, Because you can't talk about probing without really getting probed. So, put your money where your mouth is. Grab the probe in the vase. Let's get it on. There's no indications that they're lying to this other than the fact that they're talking about something that is taboo and people don't like talking about. But could you imagine being in this situation since the age of 13, and these are only the things you remember. These are only the things that either you've been allowed to remember or you remembered accidentally or something triggered your memory. The fact that you've been abducted and taken away into another craft over so many years. And what about all the times you didn't know? The times that you completely forgot? The times that they kept you from remembering? Because I would imagine that between the age of 13 and 52, there's got to be other times that, Ronnie and Philip, were taken aboard a reptilian craft. What I didn't see was any sketches of reptilians, at least the ones that they've come across. But there is no doubt that they're experiencing something. The question for everyone else, is this a form of psychosis? Did these two guys really experience these things? It's hard to tell, So many people say that a lot of people make up these stories as a way to explain certain deficits in their lives or maybe some kind of in balance psychologically. That things that they might use to protect themselves from real life situations. We'll have to see what happens. I would imagine that with enough time, maybe the twins can find people that lived in the areas where they lived that may be able to corroborate sightings which are similar, unless silver orbs and pyramids only show up for the people that are twins. Everyone else that's genetically just a person, and no copycat person, living in their town, cannot see these situations. I don't know. But I feel like if they did enough research, they could probably find people who saw the same crafts during that time to at least have that personal knowledge that they didn't see things. They weren't tripping. They weren't on some kind of exotic drug at the time that really worked. Not the cheap stuff. There's more to their situations in the link in the description. Check it out. I mean, it's really hard to say, right? Because we're in a situation where we have governments that are saying there's weird shit out there, but they don't want to say what. We have, decades of people who are reporting things, and then we come across some of the no-goodniks who we realize they're just making reports just to get attention or to get their, 5 minutes of fame, to get slapped in the face by Will Smith. It's difficult to say if any of these stories are true anymore. I mean, why we even do the podcast? What are you listening for? I don't understand. We need real proof, sadly enough. Like, the twins need to, next time they get grabbed by a reptilian, they need to stab the fucker in the chest and just bring us a sample. That's all we need. Bring us a sample and make it alive, because chances are those reptilians they're angry as hell. They will chase your ass down, but get a plan together. There's two of you. Two heads are better than one. So for you, Ronald and Philip, come on. Give us a little more. Go stab a reptilian and bring that body back. We'll appreciate it very much. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Check out this track. I don't even know how many tracks I played already. I am so out of it right now. But check this. We'll see. It's not long enough for me to get a refill, but what the heck? Enjoy it. Yeah, the worst part of this Ukraine thing is, the ban on Russian alcohol. I mean, come on, we need the vodka. Compelling sign of alien life, methane could be the first detectable indication of life beyond Earth. This is life here, to be honest, because right now I am surrounded by bug farts. And I don't even know where the hell he's at. I can't even spot him. It smells so damn bad. And he's not within eye shot, so I don't know. This is what's happening on Mars, right? We have this cyclical nature to methane. It shows up with the damn seasons. But yet, NASA always makes a point that it probably is not a biosignature. It's not, a bunch of little beings, single-cell, multi-cell animals farting on Mars. It's got to be something else, some kind of natural process or something. But somebody released recently a paper that said, listen, biosignatures that deal with methane is the shit. Almost not the shit. It's more like the product of shit. And so that's what we need to look for. But every time we get us on Mars, NASA says no. According to them, James Webb Telescope, the JWS, may be able, through its observations later on this year, detect things like methane as part of a search of really distant planets that could give us a quick indication of biosignatures. And, their idea is this. If it's just a shitload handful of let's say, single-celled or, full-size aliens farting and shitting around, they're going to leave a significant signature of methane in the atmosphere of their planets. Kind of like we do now. We're like full of shit right now. We leave all kind of methane everywhere. Thanks, bugs. But at least I can hear them. Anyway, but what they're saying is, if it's a handful, you're not going to detect it, especially now with James Webb. But if there is enough methane in the air that's being produced, at least by a natural cause, or even, a unbiological cause, something not biological, you'll be able to detect it within the atmosphere through the James Webb Telescope. So that's what they're hoping right now. This paper was actually published on the 28th of this month, which is actually today, believe it or not. It is published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, and that's what they're looking for, a variety of non-biological sources of methane in order to assess their potential to maintain a methane-rich atmosphere. And what they're saying is, if it's non-biological, it may not be able to sustain methane long enough to appear in the atmosphere. But when you have live sources, when you have life involved in the production of methane, it is very possible that it is due to life on the planet. According to Joshua Chrysason Toden, who is from UCSC, says we know biological activity creates large amounts of methane on Earth, like bugs, and probably did on the early Earth, as well as because making methane is a fairly easy thing to do metabolically through, of course, the process of getting shit out. This is what they're looking for. This is what they're hoping that James Webb is going to be looking for. A lot of things that people apparently have been talking about many times in the past is the fact that maybe oxygen could be a sign that there may be a good amount of biosignature for a distant planet. But according to this, oxygen would actually be pretty difficult to be detected by the James Webb Telescope, according to Maggie Thompson. She's a graduate student in astronomy and astrophysics from UC Santa Cruz, and she is actually the lead author of the new study. Methane really tends to increase the temperature of the atmosphere around a planet, and that's one of the ways that James Webb works, and is detecting those changes in temperature and also using infrared. So if methane's there and they're looking for methane, they'll find it. Now, does it mean a whole hell of beans? No. We've already seen with Mars. It doesn't mean shit. If you find methane, well, not literally. So we'll see what happens. There's a lot of great things that people are hoping James Webb does. I don't know that it's going to be able to do any of them except take pretty pictures of billions of years in the past because they mean so much to us today. That's the sadness about James Webb. Otherwise, if you just enjoy the pictures, you're good to go. You are really, really good to go. So check out the link in the description. I don't know that finding, methane 8 billion years in the past is going to help us today because, in 8 billion years, we know that our own society hasn't been around that long. Could you imagine human beings, as the world is today, lasting 8 billion years? It's almost impossible to think of. We probably blow ourselves over, a good 10 billion times in those 8 billion years, to be honest. And we probably wouldn't even be humans. They'd probably be reptilians or Planet of the Apes type situation. But the humans today in 8 billion years are not going to be around. They'll be a completely different version. They probably wouldn't even fart or shit anymore. So no one's going to find us because we got methane-free atmosphere. But we'll probably be around crawling on all six. There's more in the description for you to take a look at this article if you wish to. Otherwise, just take it for what it is. Methane rules. So keep farting and be proud of it. Have someone pull your finger today and claim it as sign of life.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, even try to, nobody can match you. Don't you for life. Sexy mind and body, you already got me now. Loving you madly, girl, you might be matching your body. She know even trying, she got it. I be here beside you, anything I got you. You know play. All you do is shut down the runway. Looking dangerous like a gunplay. They all wanna grab you, on you like a tattoo. Hey, don't you fall like you know even try to. Nobody can match you. Don't you fall like sexy mind and body. You already got me now. Hey, you know like get it. You know like get it. Body moving, get it. She can do it, get it. Ooh, so wild tonight. Waist beats are in motion round our body. When you do it slowly, you take me for a ride, yeah. I go see you through together, baby. Scatter the streets, your vibe is so divine. Don't you fall like you know even try to. Nobody can match you. Don't you fall like sexy mind and body. You already got me now. Hey, you know like get it. Hey, you know like get it. Body moving, get it. She can do it, get it. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while since we had some SpaceX news to share. Here's one. Actually, there's two. There's one after this one. SpaceX is ending production of the flagship crew capsule. It's over. It is completely over. They've got what they got, and they don't give a shit. They're going to end production of the Crew Dragon because, first of all, it's reusable. So it makes no sense making, 1,000 of these when you can just reuse a handful of them, 4 or 5. And so really that's their plan, right? They take the crew capsule, they use it, put some fuckers in space. When they come down, they just refit it. Clean it up, shine it real nice, turn it sideways. According to Gwendolyn Shotwell, she told Reuters, we are finishing our final capsule, but we still are manufacturing components because we'll be refurbishing them. That is the plan. And they are going to end making any more of these, which is pretty sad because we never got to see the one that NASA was afraid of, which is the one that used, instead of a parachute, it was self-powered. It had its own rockets to come to a nice, slow, controlled landing. But during testing, it blew up, so everybody was scared. So they didn't use it. SpaceX has flown 4 crews of astronauts to the space station for NASA for roughly $255 million per flight. I think NASA was paying a shitload more, probably about 10 times more to Russia. So there you go. At least with the Russian flights, you got free vodka and potatoes. The company carried out a fully private mission, which we know about from the last 4 passengers, and which included our billionaire entrepreneur, which has his own flight coming up. And that one took a 3-day trip in Earth orbit, and actually the farthest orbit of any non-astronaut. There are at least 4 more private astronaut missions for the Crew Dragon, which are planned out of Houston. And so listen, here's what the deal is. This is it. Now, they plan to focus, instead of building so many Crew Dragons, because apparently everyone just wants to sit on top of the phallus, not inside of it. Because they're building so many, well, no, they're not building. They stopped building this, but they're really looking forward to having the Starship finally built and being able to launch. And that's what they're putting all their focus on, right? Is to get that Starship up and going. There's been a lot of tests down in Boca Chica for the Starship. Unfortunately, the Crew Dragon is also going to end. So we're at a stalemate, it appears, because there really hasn't been any steps forward with the Starship, and the Dragon is coming to an end. No more new ones. After each flight, the capsules undergo refurbishment at the SpaceX facility in Florida, which the company calls Dragonland. That's exciting. So we'll see what happens. It's a sign that we're kind of stuck. We are completely stuck when it comes to SpaceX. There was such great hopes last year. We made a few landings. The last one was kind of rough, but still. At least it didn't blow up. But we were supposed to see at the end of last year the first Starship orbital flight. It wasn't going to be anything great, right? We're not going to go and take off, hit the moon, and come back. It's just going to be, we're going to hit suborbital, come back down, crash land somewhere and get dumped. But still, it's what we needed to see. And the sails have been taken out of the winds of SpaceX. And, the silver phallus, it's not riding at all. It's not taking off. In the next article, we're going to examine why. What's happening? What's going on in the Rio Grande Valley? Because the Rio Grande Valley has got some problems. You know what I mean? Like, they laugh at money making. They literally laugh at people actually getting a paycheck down there, to be honest. So there you go. One more article to go, and that'll be the end of it. I will set you free. Check this out.
Go, you know the thing.
This is why the Rio Grande Valley sucks elephant nads. The U.S. FAA extends environmental review of SpaceX program in Texas again. This was supposed to be done. This was supposed to be done today, March 28th. They were supposed to get through all these, yay and nay that was submitted by the public down in the Rio Grande Valley. 2 and 4, the SpaceX challenges there. But in the interim, while we were waiting for March 28th to come up, Elon said, hey, if this doesn't work out, ciao, Texas, I'm going to Florida. Now, I don't understand why the Rio Grande Valley doesn't understand that this is a significant loss in funds for them. Yes, a couple of birds might get fried. I understand, but you could stick it in a tin, dress it up with some, charro beans, and just eat it up. The birds will still fly. It doesn't matter whether it's rockets or not. How many of these people have never seen, launches of rockets coming out of Florida, launches of the shuttle, a space shuttle? Did you ever see any space shuttle, launches where there was not at least a few birds in the shot? Impossible. There was always birds in the damn shot down there. But these birds in the Rio Grande Valley are especially special. They're specialty good. They're enough to stop SpaceX, apparently. It is a wildlife preserve. Hell, the whole fucking state of Florida is a wildlife preserve. Are you shitting me right now? But the Rio Grande Valley has decided that they're going to put a halt to this. And they're winning. They're winning at losing. I feel like Trump right now. They're winning at losing. This review has now been pushed further down the line until April 29th. They feel that by then they might be able to decide what the hell to do. They're deciding on whether the planned build-out in Texas poses a significant environmental impact to the area. Specifically, the wildlife reserve. The animals will go somewhere else. They're not stupid. They're not looking to get charbroiled in the air as they fly. Of course, the area is going to expand. That's the whole idea, right? There was a point where even Elon Musk was talking about that he's going to have a, resort down there, so people can come and stay, maybe even come for a launch and just watch it happen from their balcony somewhere at the resort. A lot of these launches were supposed to happen in the Gulf. So from, Boca Chica, you'd grab yourself a shuttle. If you were going to get on a rocket, ride the old phallus into space, you take a shuttle to one of the rigs that was out there that was going to be set up for launches and, board your ship, get on your phallus. But all of this is being threatened. But, as the ever cognizant individual, the billionaire that Elon Musk is, he says, hey, if I can do it here, I can do it anywhere. So in Florida, they've started building up the same site that they have in Boca Chica because of this. If this gets approved, Elon Musk has predicted that he will be able to launch the Starship from Boca Chica before the end of the year. If it happens that the special folks that voted against SpaceX in Boca Chica, if they win, SpaceX will not be launching the Silver Phallus until 2023. In 2023, he hopes to be able to launch from wherever on the first private lunar mission. in which the starship is to loop around the moon and return to the planet. But it may not happen from Boca Chica. It may not happen at all. Like, really, what kind of a loss is this for the state of Texas, the Rio Grande Valley? Like, some of you down there need to wake up, because there's always these few that seem to be loud enough to make rules, to make change, and most of the time not positive change, for the many. So all these people that have jobs on there, all these people that have been being able to survive on what they're making from that facility, it could all come to an end. At least most of it, right? I'm sure that SpaceX will still keep Boca Chica open for producing parts, I guess. I don't know. Because they can't launch from there. So now, if they need parts, why would they ship it from Texas to Florida when they can just build it all in Florida? I mean, the situation is pretty bad. And the outlook is not really good, the fact that it's taking this long. And even if they do approve it, they may even just make things extremely difficult for SpaceX to stay in the Rio Grande Valley and Boca Chica, to the point where you might as well just go over to Florida, which is pretty sad. We'll see what happens. We got one more month to wait to see if Boca Chica will be the spot, or if they've given up the future of space travel to Florida. It almost seems like a conspiracy, right? Like maybe NASA's doing this, or the bald-headed turtle from Amazon, maybe he's doing this. I nobody knows. But what I do know is Texas is losing on this, and somebody needs to step up. Where the hell is the governor? Where the hell isn't he doing something about this? There's more in the description if you want to get the link to read it on this article. And if you live in Florida, this might be coming your way. Heck, I might just have to move to Florida now. It's freaking state sucks. I know, it's my opinion. Who cares? This is the end of the podcast. Hopefully you guys come back next Wednesday. I mean, I don't know. We're losing listeners like crazy. Might be the music, if you ask Dre and the gang. But maybe it's not. Maybe people just want to just listen to the old stuff. All the old, regurgitation of old UFO stories. Maybe that's where the money's at. Maybe I need to change the whole format. I don't know. But with that said, you know what I don't? I don't give a damn.
I don't give a damn. I don't really care about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. You talk way too much. I have heard enough about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. 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 You wanna be with me. You wanna feel something real, but I'm feeling differently. You're making plans to get to friends, but don't wanna face the fact that I ain't got time for that. Staying up late, sleeping all day, dreaming about Cadillacs. Buying new shoes, hanging by the pool, sipping on Coke and Jack. Calling my phone when you feel alone, but I'll never call you back. 'Cause I ain't got time for that. I don't give a damn. I don't really care about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. You talk way too much. I have heard enough about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. 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 I don't give a damn.
finally you will feel free to live a life you love living instead of the life you think other people want you to live. Remember, you're the highest authority when it comes to knowing what you want and what you love. So stop trading yourself